everybody does stand-up comedy now, and you have streaming services, these platforms. It's just comedy is bigger than it's ever been. Hi, Louisa.
Hi, Eric. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
So, the main characters of the movie are an interracial couple, and their families clash over race, religion, and cultural issues. In your personal life, you have a similar situation to Amira's. Your fiance, Paige Butcher, is white. I was wondering if your personal experience had any sort of influence in your work in the movie.
Oh, none whatsoever. We never had anything like that. One between Paige and I. We just she was Paige and I was Eddie, and we turned into Paige and Eddie.
Okay.
It was never any friction or weirdness.
My next question is about the changes in the industry. In the last few years in Brazil, we've had a movement towards more representation in the media, more Black representation specifically. So I would like to know what are the biggest changes you've noticed in the comedy industry in this aspect, and what are the changes you would like to see?
The comedy industry is bigger than it's ever been. When I started doing comedy, uh, the biggest you could be is to get on. It was a show called The Tonight Show. Everybody wanted to get on. If you could get on The Tonight Show, that was the biggest you could be. And now you have all of these comedy clubs. The art of stand-up comedy is going all around the world now. Everybody does stand-up comedy now, and you have streaming services, these platforms, and you can. It's just so. It's just comedy is bigger than it's ever been, I think.
Okay, thank you. And what would you like to see changing moving forward? There's anything you would like to change?
Oh, so nothing that I would like to change, and change is inevitable. However, what I'm looking for, what I would like, it's going to change into something on its own. So I'm just,
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
ready to deal with whatever changes happen.
My last question is about working with the cast. I would like to know how was it reuniting with Julia since you used to work together on SNL, and how was it like to work with other actors for the first time? How was the vibe behind the scenes with so many funny people around?
Yeah, the vibe behind the scenes was great. It's nothing like working with a bunch of wonderful actors and real life funny people. And I just had a great time, a great working experience. And Julia, like you said, I was on Saturday Night Live with her 40 years ago when we were just babies. And both careers went in two different directions, and she became this huge star in Seinfeld, and that's one of my favorite shows. So it was great to and go, wow. And then we wind up on the set together, and she's so amazing in the movie.
I was gonna do that the whole time. Like she's not gonna care. How
Oh,
are
it was
you?
good. I almost believed it. In Brazil, one of the biggest discussions around comedy is what's the limit of humor? And I wanted to ask you, how do you know what's off limits and what's okay when working on a movie that touches on sensible subjects like race and religion?
I mean, I think, you just gotta trust your gut and speak honestly, and that's all you can do. And that might be over the line for somebody, but I think as long as you're just coming with good intentions and you speak from a place of truth, then you're doing it right.
Okay, sure, thank you. My next question is for Travis. In the movie, your family has a hard time adjusting to Ezra's family. Have you ever been through something like this? Maybe a date that didn't go well because your cultures clashed? Do you have any story to tell us?
Um, I went to a dinner at my friend's mom's house, and she just made like black food, quote unquote, like things that she thought I would enjoy. but her own version of them. So like, she put raisins in certain things that didn't need raisins, like in mac and cheese. That's a personal choice. That's a chef's choice. I have to understand and take it with a grain of salt, but it was terrible. All dinners that are like that, where you're being included in something that's like not your race or culture, I feel like a lot of the time they try to make you feel included, and they go overboard with it, and it's like, you don't have to try that. I was down to eat apple pie and French fries with the white peoples.
This cast is full of comedians, and you got to work with icons like Eddie Murphy, Nia Long, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I want to know how was the vibe behind the scenes? Was it fun? And do you have any funny story you can share with us?
It was fun. It was working with your heroes and a bunch of people that you grew up watching, so that was tight. As far as stories go, it was really just like we were just laughing all the time. We always just had good conversations as a group. And I really enjoyed talking with everybody and like learning things, because I feel like I'm the least experienced actor here. So to learn anything was nice.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a lot of fun and a lot of sillies going on. So I don't know. I have one story. I always go to just hanging out with David Duchovny off camera was very fun.
Whoa.